I recently saw a comment in the comment section from a guy who said, healing does not start until after 40 days. And I have to admit, I was thinking something similar back when I was rebooting. And I'm going to give my opinion on this in just a second, so make sure to stay with me here. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. Yeah, a real voice and person behind this video, who has been involved in the porn addiction community for 13 years now and helped hundreds of guys quit for good. So if you don't like all these fake AI videos out there, consider subscribing. Okay, so what do I think about that statement today? Well, here's the deal. The answer is no. Healing does not start after day 40. Because here's how it works. Healing actually takes place all the time from the very first week, just as long as you're not watching adult sites. But what I think that guy meant is that many people don't start to reap the benefits until after a month or so. And yeah, for many people that's actually true. But that's not the same as to say that healing starts after 30 to 40 days. Now, I think that some people can start to think that way, since it's very normal to first have a drop in dopamine and mood for a period of time right after quitting, like you can see on the screen right here. And that period of lower dopamine affects your mood in a negative way, so it feels kind of bad. And of course, it also affects your motivation and drive. And when this happens, it feels like healing is not taking place. In fact, it can feel like things are getting worse. But you need to know that that's actually not the case. You can think of it like this. If you are a farmer who plants a seed into the ground, well, that seed keeps growing all the time, even if it's beneath the earth. But it isn't until a good while later that the farmer can start harvesting the plant, reaping the reward. And this is a good analogy for those of you who are in a flatline too, and maybe temporarily lost your libido, because when the flatline happens, many guys freak out, thinking they're so broken that they will never be able to be intimate with a real-life partner again. And so in a moment of desperation, they freak out so much that they try to test themselves with some corn to see if they can still get it up. But this is something you have to avoid, because doing so will only prolong the healing process. That would be the same as if that farmer planting the seed sometimes in the second or third week would go, "Oh no, where is my fruit?" And then he would freak out and dig up that seed just to check if it's growing. No, of course he doesn't do that. He simply trusts the process. And that's what you have to do as well. If you are in a period right now where it feels like nothing is happening, you simply have to trust the process. Now, if you want to know how long your whole reboot is going to take, not just the flatline, but the total whole length of your reboot, then I have made a PMO recovery time estimator that you can use for free should you be interested. The estimator will ask you a few questions about your history of use to make the answer more exact. And if you're interested, you can try it out right now. But even with the questions there, you have to understand that the answer you get may still not be accurate for you, because the recovery time is quite different from person to person, even amongst those who have the exact same history of use. But the software in the estimator is built from averages in several different categories. So if you were to belong to the average group, which you unfortunately cannot know until after your reboot, then the estimator would actually be pretty accurate. So just as long as you understand to take the result with a big grain of salt, you are allowed to use it. And you can find a link to that estimator under this video. And oh hey guys, take a look at the video you can see on the screen right here if you want to know the 3 worst side effects of corn addiction, and then see if you recognize yourself in any of them. Just take a look right now and you'll see what I mean. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Consider subscribing for more, and I'll see you in the next one.